Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we have some bombshell news regarding Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer. This information is going to be coming in from Tom Henderson, who is a renowned industry insider and leaker for the Call of Duty franchise. Pretty much everything Tom says comes true, and he posted a new article over on his website here claiming that Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer is not going to be revealed until September. If we go through the entire article itself, it says the reveal is going to be in early September, with the beta being in mid-September, and there's no word at all on whether or not we're going to be getting an alpha. This means that the beta will presumably conclude roughly 1 month before launch, which is kind of par the course for what's been happening over the course of the past couple of years, but that means we're waiting until not only like midsummer, not the end of summer, but well after summer before Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer is finally revealed. I want to discuss that in the video here today, but before we do so, let's take a moment to thank today's sponsor. This video is being brought to you by NordVPN. NordVPN is a longtime supporter of the channel. We love them here. They are the leading virtual network provider, offering over 5,000 servers in 60 countries that you can connect to instantly. Some of the benefits of NordVPN include bypassing region locking on streaming platforms like YouTube, Netflix, Hulu. There's countless streaming services out there. You guys know what I'm talking about, and sometimes it's region locked based on where you're at. Well, with NordVPN, that is no longer an issue. NordVPN also provides top-tier protection while surfing on public Wi-Fi. This happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to you before too. Have you ever had your debit card randomly stolen, and for some reason you get a notification from your bank because your debit card was used at some gas station in some state you've never been to? Well, chances are they got access to your debit card information because you were surfing on public Wi-Fi and you weren't protected. NordVPN is so easy. You set it up on your phone, set it up on your computer, set it up on your tablet. It's everywhere. It works fantastically. And if you go over to nordvpn.com/NerosCinema, you'll get the exclusive NordVPN deal that is risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee, and you're going to find a 2-year plan with a huge discount plus 1 additional month for free. So NordVPN is fantastic. I use it myself. They've been a sponsor on the channel here for a very long time, and I highly recommend, once again, you go check them out at nordvpn.com/NerosCinema. We thank them once again for sponsoring the channel and helping out the video here today. And without further ado, let's jump right back into it. Alright, so Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer not being revealed until September. That means we're going to be getting the reveal for this game well after summer. Like, people are going to be back in school by the time this game's multiplayer even gets revealed, with the beta not coming out till mid or late September. That is potentially really good news or potentially really bad news, I suppose, depending on how you look at it. On the one hand, it's good that they're going to be making sure the game is at a very good place before we finally get our hands on it, before we can finally see what's going on with it. Other COD titles have released and they gave us like the super early alpha, and the alpha was like not all that good and had so many problems, and the beta also had more problems and was like really up to the community to help make the game better by giving all our feedback by playing the game a bunch. But on the other hand, this could also be a bad thing, because if they're going to be having the beta so close to the game's launch, we saw something similar back with Infinite Warfare. Wasn't the Infinite Warfare beta like 1 week or something before the launch of the game? Like, it was something absurd like that, maybe 2 weeks. If it's too close, if the beta and the launch are too close, there's really not a whole lot of time for fan feedback to really add to the game really whatsoever. If you look back at the beta for Call of Duty World War II, I mean, they rebalanced a bunch of the weapons, they completely redesigned the map Aachen based on player feedback. You look back at Black Ops 4's beta, they completely nerfed the SMGs because they were way too good for how that game was played, and they also changed around the layout of the map Seaside. I wanted to call it Seaside Sunset, but that came later on. But Seaside in the Black Ops 4 beta ended up getting changed going into the live version of the game, and so that fan feedback had time to actually get there. They actually made changes not only to weapon balance and progression and things like that, but they also changed around the maps themselves. So on one hand, they're waiting, they're really making sure that the game is going to be in a good place before they reveal it to us, but on the other hand, it's a bit concerning because the beta is going to be so close to the full launch. Now, we do know that Modern Warfare 2 is going to be a 2-year game. That much is a given. We do know that DMZ is going to eventually be revealed, and we know that Warzone 2 is going to be coming. My concern with a 2-year game, because on paper, I'm like, dude, a 2-year game, I've been wanting this forever. I've been wanting to have a 2-year game that you can really sink your teeth into and get invested in and, you know, not feel like you're wasting your time because a brand new game is right around the corner, you know. Everything you do in Modern Warfare 2 is actually going to matter, and it's going to feel good because the game is going to be relevant for several years. That's awesome. But I'm concerned that because the game is going to be a 2-year game, that we're going to be waiting like 8 months before the game finally feels like it should have at launch, because we've seen that so many times in previous games, man. Vanguard was like the one COD game that's come out recently that had a number of maps at launch that was actually good, but I mean, like, look at their zombies, look at their progression paths, look at all the bugs and the issues and not having an inspect animation until like 8 months into the game's life cycle. Like, look at all the little things that Vanguard did wrong, and then look at the launch of Modern Warfare 2019, look at the launch of Black Ops Cold War, look at seasonal prestige artificially capping off your progression and making it so you just really have no desire to play the game. Like, we've had so many issues over the course of the past couple of years, and now here we are going into Modern Warfare 2. It's going to be a 2-year game. The beta is going to be roughly 1 month or maybe just a few weeks before the official launch of the game, so it's like, oh, how is that going to work? How is it going to play out? We're at that really weird time of year where we just really don't know how things are going to play out. It's the calm before the storm. I've said it in countless videos. You know, we're going to be hit soon by just a flurry of leaks and rumors and COD news and trailer drops and DMZ, and like all this stuff is going to be happening very soon. But right now we're just kind of left in anticipation, wondering how it's all going to play out. But guys, there you have it. I'll put a link to Tom Henderson's Twitter as well as his article down there in the description. If you guys want to read it for yourselves, feel free, but I think I summarized it pretty well by saying, once again, the reveal for Modern Warfare 2 is rumored, according to Tom, Industry Insider, it's going to be happening in early September, with the beta being in mid to late September. And there's no word right now on the alpha. We don't know if there's even going to be an alpha, which I feel as though there should be an alpha. Oh gosh, I want to make this a short, quick video, but now I want to like expand upon this a little bit more. The idea of an alpha and beta, right? I talked about how good player feedback is. Sure, it really is. Like, giving us access to an alpha and a beta that is good for the game, because I'm not even talking about just me. That'd be pretty narcissistic to say, oh, I need access to it. No, the community needs access to it. The community can come to a consensus on like how the weapon balance is, how the map design is, how the balance of the game is as a whole, right? That's all a very good thing. But at the same time, there is something to be said about playing an alpha and a beta to death before the game even comes out, because if you do that, the magic of a new game is kind of lost on people that already put 3 days of playtime between the alpha and the beta. We've already seen a good amount of guns. We've seen those 5 maps to death. We know them in and out at that point, right? We've seen the characters, we've seen the graphics, and we've seen the animations. You lose a bit of that magic, I suppose. And as a COD YouTuber, that's something that comes along with the territory. It's part of the job. I'm never going to have that same magic of playing a brand new COD without having experienced the alpha and the beta, because if there is an alpha and a beta, it is my job to cover that thing to death and to play it a bunch and really get inside of it and like get a feel for what the game is like. That's what I do. But I think there's definitely a lot of you guys out there that intentionally avoid things like the alpha and the beta. You'll maybe watch a video here or there from someone like me to hear how it's going, but you don't want to be spoiled too much as to what the game is going to be like, because it takes away from that magic. You know what I mean? So will we have an alpha? We don't know. As of right now, Tom's Industry Insiders have not said anything about an alpha. All we know, beta, mid-September, with the multiplayer reveal being early September. But guys, as we learn more and as the story develops, I will keep you guys posted. Thank you all so much for listening to this video. It was a pain in the ass to record because my next door neighbor, who's like 5 feet away, they're working on his roof right now. I had to keep stopping because there's hammers and there's drills and everything like that. This commentary took a long time with lots of cuts to get out, but I hope you guys all enjoyed it. And thank you guys all so much for listening, and I'll catch you guys with tomorrow's video. Have a good one.